Welcome children to the video lectures of Social Science Standard 10th. This is the 8th video lecture of your chapter number 17. In the previous video lectures, we saw about the poverty elevation program from 10 to 13. We also saw what is unemployment, the meaning of unemployment, and the types of unemployment that were seasonal unemployment, frictional unemployment, structural unemployment, disguised unemployment, industrial unemployment, and educated unemployment. Now we will turn towards the data. Means we'll find out what kind of or what are the datas of unemployment into India. How many people are unemployed into India and what is the ratio of it. So this is basically the statistical or the statistical part of it. Okay, let us go into it. Proportion of unemployment in India. There is a difference in state-wise condition of unemployment in India. So state to state the variation is there. Because of indifference of unemployment exchange in registering the details of the people interested in getting jobs, it is difficult to take out the exact and appropriate figure. Now see, how did you get the data? Then it is to the employment exchange. Means people who are employment exchange are the government institution where you can register yourself for getting an employment. Okay, so this employment exchange will help to find out the data that how many people are unemployed actually, but those people who have not registered with this employment exchange will not come into the survey, and due to it, it is very hard to find out the exact and appropriate figure of the unemployment data into India. Still, on the basis of the figure of Labor and Employment Ministry of India and the National Sample Survey, that is NSS, we get an idea of comprehensive unemployment. We find out how much unemployment is there into India. See, according to census counting 2011, 116 million people were in search of employment. See, how many as per 2011? 116 million people were in search of unemployment. Okay, when 32 million people were uneducated employment, that was a very high ratio. Okay, at the same time 84 million were educated unemployment, means those people who are learned, who have a degree with themselves, but still they are not able to get employment. Recently there was a employment drive into one of the government offices of Bihar for a post of peon, and it is said that the news, there was the headline in the newspaper that more for just some 2 or 3 posts of peon into a government office, more than 435 applications were filed, and out of their 435 applications there were people with PhD degrees, those who were doctorates. Okay, those who were double graduates, those who were MPhil, they wanted to apply for this job. Why it was done? Because there is a very high rate of unemployment, educated unemployment in our country. Approximately 4.7 crore people is age 15 to 24 were unemployed. So this is a very high ratio. Okay, according to survey of Labor Bureau 2013-14, rate of unemployment in India was observed to be 5.4. Okay, means out of every 1,000 people, 5.4 percentage people were unemployed. Okay, see, and in Gujarat per 1,000, 5.4. In Gujarat it was 12%, there is 1.2 were unemployed. This is repeated again. Say, it is repeated. This you can delete. Okay, so in Gujarat out of 1,000, 12%, that in Gujarat it is 1.2, that is lower than the national level. In 2009-10, the per 1,000 rate was 34, that is 3.4 were unemployed in urban areas, means cities, while in rural areas 16, that is 1.6 employed. See, now you can find this particular variation. In cities the unemployment ratio is more in comparison to rural areas. Why? Because in rural areas people are usually working into the farms or any having a property, or they are ready to get any work, while in urban areas and city areas, people who are learned, they don't get proper employment, and that's why they remain unemployed. And that's why there is a difference between the the unemployment in rural areas and urban. You can see it's around about 3.4, while in rural it's just 1.6. So there is a difference, a marginal difference between them two. Ratio of educated unemployed was more in urban areas. See, okay, and here also out of this 3.4, lot of are educated unemployed. Rate of educated unemployment was more in urban areas. Rate of unemployed in women was 7.7. See, women is high, that is 7.7% women were remaining unemployed, so there is a higher area. Okay, now let us see again and into more detail into this particular topic. State wise, if we see in India, more unemployment has been witnessed in states like Sikkim, Kerala, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jammu Kashmir, Tripura. Okay, now here these states we can understand. Sikkim is a mountainous state, their industries are very less. West Bengal, a very populated state. Uttar Pradesh, populated state. Okay, Chhattisgarh, poor state again. Jammu Kashmir, we know the condition, and Tripura, again a mountain state. But Kerala, which has the highest literacy rate, is also one of the highest unemployed rate. Now why it is so? It is so due to the literacy rate only. Why? Because due to the high literacy rate, it is harder to get a good job, and that's why the unemployment rate in Kerala is also very high. Say, while the ratio of unemployment in Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Karnataka, Chhattisgarh and Gujarat have mentioned remain low. Now most of the state have good industrial background, and that's why a lot of people get employment into that area easily. Condition of employment in Gujarat is good and noteworthy. According to an estimate, 15% highly educated people are youth. 66% youth of the world who are youth of 35 years of age live into India. If India wants to become superpower on the basis of the youth, it will have to change unpleasant form of unemployment. That's why it has to change. If India wants to become a superpower, okay, in the near future, and right now the conditions are very good for India, then it has to change and see that employment is created for the young people. Now let us find out what are the main reasons for unemployment. Okay, now this can be you can say a point, main reasons responsible for increasing unemployment in India. Okay, first, increase in population. Now population is the root cause of all the problems. Okay, due to population increase, each and every problem that we have learned into this particular chapter and that we are going to learn in the near other chapters also is caused due to population. Theoretical knowledge, most of them are having only bookish knowledge and no practical knowledge. Okay, lack of practical knowledge, lack of technical knowledge or skills, failure in providing competent employment, irregularity in rain and agriculture area. A lot of people are connected with agriculture, they don't have proper insufficient rain or irregular rain, and due to it the agriculture employment also fails. And more risk, looking interested in agriculture sector, improvement in irrigation facilities, lack of alternative employment. This is also one of the reasons we had seen about the seasonal unemployment. So seasonal unemployment can be evident from the alternative unemployment. There is no alternative unemployment available during time other than agriculture season. Weak condition of cottage industry. Cottage industries are industry which are usually into smaller areas. Okay, so getting weaker cottage industry, household industries and small scale industries. Caste system is one of the reasons. Joint family system, people are forced to follow traditional business or family business. Lack of courage to set up a new business, this is also one of the reasons. Lack of courage to start a new business, people are not ready to start a new business on their own. Next is flow in knowledge. See, skill, training and experience, they don't have the knowledge, skill or training related to immobility of the laborers. Proper laborers are also not available. Flawless planning in laborers, low growth rate in industrial development, less rate of saving tenders, people are not saving a lot of money as they are needed. Thus, decrease in rate of capital creation with the new business industries cannot be set up due to lack of investment. And as investment is not done, ultimately employment will not be generated. So you can say that this all are the main reasons of increasing unemployment in India. Now we are going to see about the efforts to reduce the unemployment. What kind of effort the government have done to reduce the unemployment in India. Okay, see, problem of unemployment is the weakest link in our planning. Poverty and unemployment are two sides of the same coin. So they are connected. Poor will be unemployed and unemployed will be poor. Okay, both are interrelated. Main reason for poverty is unemployment. This challenging problem have mainly affected educated youth. As a result, they lost attitude in interest towards studies as they are not educated, so they don't study further, and that's why they don't have proper facilities of getting work. Negative effect on social and mental condition is seen. They become disappointed psychologically, and ultimately it will affect their mind setup, and psychologically they will be disturbed. If they remain unemployed for a long time, see, they get involved in antisocial activities or immoral activities like drug trafficking, illegal activities, robberies, recovering of ransom, etc. Okay, so crime is also one of the you can say a child of unemployment. Okay, crime is born out of unemployment. A person remaining unemployed for a longer time will be included in criminal activities. Next is increase in social and economic inequalities is seen here. Class discrimination can be given fall in living standard when price rise joins unemployment. Price rise is also one of the reason for unemployment. Okay. Condition of the poor and unemployed become more narrowing and pathetic. He turns toward narcotic drugs and addiction. So okay, drugs and addiction is also one of the reasons, or you can say again a child of unemployment. Thus, unemployment is proved to be deadly an individual family as the economy. It is deadly not only for the individual but also for the family and most importantly for the economy of the country. Okay, we studied about plans of the people to government to remove the employment. While studying about the poverty alleviation program, we had seen about the POP, poverty alleviation program. Let's recall them. Other than those, many effective steps have been taken by the government for which are as following. Let us see what kind of step the government have taken to remove the unemployment in India. First, by aiming high goals, employment development of 10% per year, which is acceptable to all. Okay, so the improvement in the national development or economic development at the rate of 10%, increasing capital investment opportunity for employment. If more investment will be done, then more opportunities will be created, more industries will be created, and more employment will be generated. New fields should be open for fast balanced economic development along with development of agriculture sector. See, not only agriculture but new industries also should be developed. Small and household industries, cottage industry, etc. should be developed also. In order to increase employment, government have started giving economic help, education, open training centers through different schemes. So this way the government is trying to generate new employment in such areas. Next is government should lay stress on development of units using labor intensive methods for production of consumer goods. Small and cottage industries, gramodey means the village sectors, handlooms and handicraft skills for encouraging policies should be implemented for skills, right? So such kind of schemes should be developed in which the development of the cottage and small scale industry should be developed. The handloom and handicraft industries should also be developed in a larger scale. Next is more number of people may be employed in rural areas with less employment by developing new methods at rural level in which more than one crop may be taken. So in agriculture also new methods should be implemented of taking more than one crop so that more development can be done. To remove unemployment during the time when farmers are not engaged in agriculture, to bring new land under cultivation, arrangement of water and electricity for every field, small and big irrigation schemes, check dams, ponds, canal, tube well, activities of construction of road, activity related to agriculture, pottery, fishery, cattle rearing, dairy industry, program for afforestation. So all these things should be done when the agriculture is not done. This will give them alternative employment. At the same time, it will also develop the infrastructure for the villages. Planning this planning should be done for it, and employment oriented should be done. Employment opportunities should be increased in villages. Say it is very important to increase the employment opportunities into villages itself, right? For this planning, for this what should be done? For this planning should be done, right? And so that villages get enough income and working in their own villages. So migrations towards cities stopped, which reduced pressure on the cities. Encouraging plantation agriculture, organic farming, dry farming, multiple cropping, these are all our initiatives that should be taken into the agriculture sector. Growing vegetables and fruits, importance should be given to improvement of quality of the education village. So villages education should also be improved. That will help them to get better facilities in villages itself, right? So we'll keep till here into this video lecture.